The early reviews on Blade are in, and it turns out he's pretty good, but nothing game-breaking. He wants to be built with a new relic set, Longevous Disciple, that increases his HP and crit rate. His best planetary sets are Inert Salsado or the new set, Rudolent Arena. He wants to build crit damage or a crit rate on the body piece, while you can go speed or HP on his boots. You'll want either a wind damage or HP sphere and an HP rope. This HP scaling for his relics is pretty good, since he's not likely to be competing with your other damage dealers for relics. His best light cone is obviously his signature light cone, the Unreachable Side, but a Secret Vow, the one with Arlen on it, is a pretty good free-to-play option, and an S5 Secret Vow is not too far off from an S1 Unreachable Side in terms of damage output. Even if you're free-to-play and don't have an S5 Secret Vow yet, you'll probably get it eventually from just playing the game and pulling on various banners. So, now let's talk about the numbers. The simulations have Blade at an interesting spot. His single target damage at E0 is good but not great. The other 5-star single target specialists are still much better, like Seilei and Yanqing, whereas Blade does excel is in his multi-target damage. So as you can see, he's actually quite a bit better than Jingyuan at E0. And at E6, the difference is even greater. You can see he's doing about 40% more damage according to these simulations. His E6 single target damage can also rival Sealy's in certain situations. And I know, of course, what most of you are saying, E6 is, nowhere near feasible. It's just a pipe dream for most of us. But I think it's still interesting to see where these characters land. Now, none of his Eidolons are actually necessary, and all they really do is focus on increasing damage, so if you're free to play or a moderate spender, don't feel the need to get him to like E1 or E2 or anything like that. Every Eidolon just helps increase his damage, but doesn't really unlock any new playstyles or anything of that nature. Now, of course, these simulation numbers are not perfect, and the actual damage dealt will depend a lot on the different factors, so as always, don't put too much stock into these numbers, and the rankings are not absolute by any means. The best part of Blade's kit, though, is that his very skill point efficient. So you look here, Blade does these numbers with only using 3 skill points, whereas all these other damage dealers are using a lot more. So this means Blade comps can actually fit in a second damage dealer, or even spend the skill points on support units to help your team out in other ways. Ultimately, Blade is a competitive damage dealer that benefits from not competing with most of your other units for relics thanks to his HP scaling, and he's also good at doing damage without eating up your skill point. He's not a must-pull by any means, but he's a good unit that you can consider if you need a win unit or another damage dealer, and you're not particularly looking for any of the upcoming characters. If you've got Blade, let me know what you think of him. Is he a good addition to your team, or do you have buyer's remorse? Let us know in the comments. As always guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.